it's been a while since my last upload, and for that I do apologise. There has been some IRL stuff going on in terms of I changed my job and it's just taken a little bit longer to settle into it than expected. But putting that aside, we're getting back to content today, and as you can see, today we're back in with Frieza. So Frieza's been running around a lot of the regionals going on recently. One of the most represented decks outside of, I believe it's Android 17. And it is winning events. It did win the OCE event here in Australia where I am located. So we're going to go jump in and we're going to play Frieza today. So there you guys, you see the list there. And this is probably, I haven't had a look at too many Frieza lists. This is the Frieza list that I was contemplating taking as I was tossing up whether to play Frieza or Android 17 for my regionals run. And this is the list that I was going to take with me. Now, the 10k count is a little bit low. You can probably cut out some more Zarbons and even some Raccoons. Or if you don't like the Raccoon, you can take the Raccoon out. So I have seen people running it without the Raccoon, just the Ginyu. Just to squeeze a few more 10ks in. You do see we are running, you probably can't see my face cams in the way, we are running 2 SCRs. I just feel like if you do have to go that long game with green, I feel like it's better to have this and not need it. Otherwise, it would just be an extra double strike Golden Frieza and an extra cooler. So I'm not taking anything away from my combo. I'm just making my other 2 boss monsters 3 and 3 instead of 4 and 4, which just allows me to play those two SCRs. We'll see if it comes up. If it doesn't, well, then that's open for debate. If you guys wanted to cut that from the list. The only other card I considered putting in was Death Beam. And that was simply just to respect Android 17 in red, because it's an extra card and it can KO it. But there you go, guys. That is the list. Let's get into some games. Okay, so we're playing a 17, and this is good to get. We want to see these matchups. Like, arguably, Frieza can be a very bad matchup for 17, and if we absolutely get to pop off, it can be a really, really painful match. Vice versa though, if 17 can go really wide and we can't respond to that, we can be in a world of trouble as well. So this would be a good game. We are in Platinum ranked. So we are just waiting for my opponent to reconnect. As he does reconnect there. And what do we got here? The other thing that I'm not running in this list is Ginyu Frogs. So it does mean we are a little bit low on turn 1 plays, but Vegeta is a very, very good card in this matchup. And I believe this is only like the second or third. This is the first game that I've actually played since the update and got to go first and actually got the draw. I actually literally forgot about that for the second. So this would be interesting. I'm seeing less and less builds of Giro's Lab. I personally am not a fan of Giro's Lab, but as my opponent is attempting to reconnect again. And there we go. So he charges a meteor. Does he have an opening play? Doesn't. So this is just going to be a very, well, we're always taking this. We always want to go down to full life in Frieza. I probably didn't talk as much about the Zarbon, why I, like, in other builds, I didn't run the Zarbon, but I also feel Zarbon is really good for looking after you, protecting your Vegetas. Because you can restand them with your leader. Your opponent has to swing into the Vegeta, and unless they're going to use resources to KO the Zarbon, you do get a block off, and you do get 1 swing protection from your Vegeta being swung into. So that's why I chose to run Zarbon instead of the other card I was going to run is the 3-drop Frieza, the one that's a 10k combo. It when it restands, it locks something down. There's obviously that option. I mean, you can always run the 3-cost vanilla, but I was probably more on the lines of that Frieza if I was going to cut the Zarbon. As we see another Ginyu. Okay, so we might have to charge a... I think we're okay with 1 Vegeta. We'll swing in here. We're going to play down the Zarbon. Ideally, when you're at a crossroads and you've got either Zarbon or Nezzy to play down, you probably always want to be playing Zarbon, because Zarbon is a 5k combo, Nezzy's always a 10k combo. And early game Nezzy, yeah, that's good because you're always adding a life, but late game you definitely don't want to be popping that. He did combo off the Giro. Seeing what he charged. He obviously will get a good sense of what my opponent's setup is as they are reconnecting yet again. No, it's back again. Whether he's having some connection issues. Charges are coming. Notably, he hasn't got any androids in his energy yet. So he will have to start looking at what he's comboing if he wants to be able to go into his 4-drop next turn. So we do take here. Do a super combo. So we are looking at a couple of options here. Obviously next turn the play is probably to go Vegeta into Bulma and get the Awaken. But the other thing that we can do is we can go into a Frieza to, if he plays out a body, we can rest the body and then play out a Ginyu. So then we've got another body on board. We've got our 2 more energy and then we can slap down the Nezzy to get Awakened. So that's sort of the 2 routes that we're looking at the moment. Really does depend. If my opponent doesn't play anything, then the Frieza is probably pointless and we can just go straight into the Vegeta. So he's just going to Destructive Strength. He does ramp into a 4-drop, so that's always, well, that's always a good thing for that we're not going to see another one of the 4-drops. But it does actually get him one of the androids in his energy. So he will just need to combo off 1 more android or charge an android as he has no play. So the play looks like it's going to be go into the Vegeta. And I feel like we have to charge a Nezzy here. Swing off. There's a golden Frieza. That could actually be handy if the game slows down a bit. So my opponent does combo out. Play out Vegeta. We will take a life. We'll play out the. We're actually going to play out the Sorbet. That was a good life for it. That will enable us next turn to go into the Ginyu. As opposed to the, I mean, it's really a 50-50 call there what you want to be doing. If he straight up had removal for Bulma, then it's a good choice. But if not, it allows us to really apply the pressure next turn. So not having a Raccoon does hurt a little bit. So we are going to restand the Vegeta here, just so that way he can't swing at it, because he hasn't got anything that will be KOing. The only thing he will be KOing here is the Sorbet. So you are safe to stand your Vegeta up, so you don't have to protect your Vegeta from swings. Did charge a double strike, that is good. And the no combo there. So like we could have give him a free swing into the Vegeta and he probably could have comboed something to at least force our hand. But we know there's nothing that he's got. Okay, so he's going to another Destructive Strength. Very interesting. And into a Krillin. I'm very rough for him not having the 4-cost android. Here we will be able to really apply some pressure. We're not going to block. No point in blocking. And we will give this a 10k. So now, like, the thing we know is that he does not have a 4-cost ramping option. There's a good chance that he... Okay, so we get it. This actually changes things a little bit. I was going to go into the Goku, but I don't think we will now. I was going to go into... Okay, so now we can... now we get to absolutely, like, pop off. We've got a full loaded board. We're not adding a life, that is for sure. We will get to untap too. Obviously, drawing into maybe like a Zarbon or something here would have been very good, but maybe we can play a bit safer. We can just go into a Nezzy and sacrifice that life for the extra swing. So we will push the envelope a bit. Whether this is the smartest decision or not, because we know next turn, as long as we leave things in rest mode, his double, if he plays down the double strike, he's not KOing any of it. And then if he wants to go wide, he's got to respect the board, and he can't SCR us. So I think we're in a very good spot to absolutely just swing for the fences. The only thing that we would have to be worried about is him trying to push a big crack back, which we've got a couple of super combos, so we should be safe for that. He does take this, and I assume like we can really force it. And then from here, we just, because we know that he can go into the double strike, restanding our blockers here is probably a little bit pointless because they are just susceptible to dying then. I mean, there is a few draws coming, so there is a chance that he draws into the 4-cost ramp, which would help him a little bit. So we do know he's got a 2-cost 18 in hand, as he just combos one off. But we definitely were very lucky to have not run into my opponent having any bodies that we really had to worry about. As we will we'll force a 10k from here, because that sorbet isn't going to do anything, and if he does play down double strike, then we've just lost 5k value. As the one thing that does happen with these, if you tend to be comboing a lot of androids, as he has he has 3 of the 2-cost 18s in the drop, which is okay because it means he's not going to get to filter, and that helps us a lot. We will restand the Bulma, and if we can get the Bulma off, we can get the Bulma off. But we are all protected, so he can't play down a double strike to clear our board. The only thing he's killing is the Bulma, which, look, I'm okay with it. If he doesn't kill the Bulma, if he swings first, then we get to draw an extra card. We have ways to protect our Vegeta. So he is about to become a 30k leader. So if he does swing at the Vegeta, we have got super combos to protect ourselves. Because obviously, if he's wanting to try and clear the board, he needs to kill this Vegeta. So you would apply a bit of pressure to the Vegeta, get everything wiped out, play down your double striker, and kill 2 bodies. So we just need to protect the Vegeta here. Yeah, as he does swing into the Vegeta, we'll have to throw some combo at this. At this point, we're We aren't letting... Okay, so he's going to go for the meteor. He doesn't have the 6-drop play. Okay, this is very interesting because there's not a lot that he can really be doing. With 5 energy, he can go a 4-drop into a 3-drop. So he's really at most getting 2 bodies on the board here. So I think we are okay to let the Vegeta die. Because there's nothing that's really going to threaten KOing our board. He's going to get to swing at 2 things at the most. 3 if he's drawn into 2 of the 4 cost ramps, in which case he would have had to have drawn them late because we knew that he didn't have one. But again, we do have, like, we have another Vegeta in hand. As long as we just keep our Frieza's army on board so we can play down another Ginyu. So I don't know what's happening. There's a lot of connection issues. It should definitely be my opponent's end because I recently upgraded my internet and it should not be having any troubles. Okay, so yeah, there's one of the 4-drops. So at most he's getting 3 swings at us, and I think we've got a decent enough... We've got enough pieces that we can combo stuff from hand to keep things alive. Next turn we can go into a Ginyu, followed by going into a Goku to lock down anything he plays, and really just swing hard at him again. We know next, like... The following turn... Sorry, his next turn, he could go into potentially a Broly or a Cell, which we can follow up with the Golden Frieza just to straight KO it. Whether he has another 4-drop, and judging by what we've seen so far, I don't think he's going to have too much past the vanillas. I also run the Trunks ramp as well, as we will protect. And if he does want to just play down a vanilla 2 cost, we know that's the 10k that's gone from his hand. We know that 3 of the 18s are already, 3 of the draw 18s are already gone. Okay, so alright, so he goes into this, which is very notable because he's tapped himself out. I did actually forget that he did pick that up off the Dr. Giro on his turn 1. Now we can let one of these die. He's obviously swinging into the Raccoon to remove the 3-drop to have any problems with Bulma resting and drawing a card, but that's alright because we have obviously Goku in hand and we have another Vegeta that we could go into. So he does go into our Bulma. Does give us something to think about. So next is I feel like it's okay to let Bulma die. We have super combo here, but next turn brings possibly a Broly or a Cell, in which case we would need to get down another Vegeta. Okay, so now we've got to think of, we're going to charge to 5 energy. And we can go a 3 and a 2. Okay, so I think we have to charge this. And I think we just swing and see where my opponent is at. We know we can lock down the board. Okay, so he is running the Trunks. He just opted not to use it. He obviously thought that, you know, in that case, 2 bodies are better than 1. There is obviously a case that we can just dwindle him down to 2 and just go for the game, go for the kill with the double strike. But there is also a case where we can pivot, go to this Goku, lock down his board. And just obviously have our board sacrificed. It is also always worth noting what they combo. We are in a very good position here. He does give us a 10k. Alright, so he is opting to keep himself alive. See if we can clear out the board. If we can clear out the board, then we can go into the Vegeta and be protected. And then following turn we can just swing for the heals again. My opponent does have a very, very low hand size at the moment. So we go into a Ginyu. And then we'll go into the Vegeta, play out a Bulma, and then we'll go into the Frieza. So yeah, at this point my opponent just has to start letting his board die. He did well to protect. He didn't want to go down to that, have me push him to 2, so that way he wasn't in double strike range, which is very good. So we do draw a Zarbon there. Could we go into the Zarbon instead? I feel like maybe for the sake of protecting protecting Vegeta again, if he wants to, he would have to show his cards and KO with a Broly or a double strike androids. Only with 4 cards in hand, you probably would imagine that he is looking at taking it, and he does take this. We will pass, we will switch Zarbon and Bulma to active mode. Does obviously give him 2 targets to KO with the double strike. But we'll just wait and see. Again, waiting to reconnect. And yes, so this is the instance of why we restand the blocker. As I mean, I already had a blocker, so it wasn't that crazy. So now we've fended off the attack. Another card that is protected. From here, you probably, if you really wanted to, you could actually save the Zarbon with a super combo, because you know now that they're probably not going to be able to kill you, even if they would have to play down one of the 4 drops. They would have to have back-to-back 4 drops or a 2 drop to try and poke you for game. For the sake of keeping your body alive, you can save this here. We will save it, because I feel like we're in a comfortable position here where, as we draw another Ginyu, we are in a comfortable position where we can just save the Zarbon. Because if he does go and play, if he does actually decide to go real, if he has the ability and he can go real wide here, he can knock a lot of our board out. as like obviously outside of the super combo, like, you know, like we are definitely getting a little bit low on combos. So I feel like saving Zab on there is the right play. As we just get a scoop there. So unfortunately, like, my opponent probably just had no plays that he could do. It was a real rough game for him all the way around. Like, he did not see the forward cost ramp, and speaking from experience, that really does hurt if you miss that, especially in this match where it can be like really hard for Android 17. But nonetheless, we got to pop off with Frieza. Let's see if we can do it again in another game. Alright, we got a Goku Black this time. Very interesting. I haven't played against Goku Black as Frieza for a very long time, so as we are going first, so it's not a bad hand to start with, but I think why not? Let's keep it. Especially the fact that we get to draw first now. So it's not the end of the world if we charge a Bulma here. But we also get to draw a card now, so, and we draw into a cooler, so that's like, that ends up being a really, really good there, that drawing, like we see the value of drawing first when you go first now, as now we see a Raccoon. I was about to say Nappa. You guys would have tore me up for that one. As we'll see what comes down. I would imagine we probably see the one cost Zamasu just to bottom deck. Very interesting. This is like this has to make me adapt my playstyle. Like, I've just been playing in a way where I don't mind staying at that higher life with Android 17. So I do tend to combo out of the crits. But I feel like I just have to forego that here. So get another sorbet. Okay, I don't really. Does mean that we can pop off. We do get Frieza. I think that Frieza is probably a little bit of a better, definitely a better play. We do also get the Self-Awaken. There's the Golden Frieza. So Golden Frieza again can come up in this matchup. Obviously, the Goku Blacks being a thing. One thing that we do have to be wary of is probably keeping this Frieza alive, because like when you go second with Goku Black, you kind of want to have a Zamasu established, so that way your following turn you can start going into the 6-drop. So we are okay to take this crit. It's a Goku. See a Zamasu and a Self-Awaken. See the Trunks to get. Okay, it's interesting he doesn't have a Zamasu to play. And he doesn't take a life there. Okay, so I actually have no 10Ks to save this, and I feel like we want to save this to allow the pressure. So we will keep this. Probably not the best use of a super combo, but for the sake of keeping a body on the board, as we get another Ginyu, we'll charge the SCR. I feel like we might be right without it. So here now we can really apply pressure, and the play is to not take lives with the Frieza and the Raccoon and play out the Nezzy as well, which will get us our full value. So we don't want to add, we want to play a Ginyu. Untap 2. Now we want to play our Nezzy. take a life, restand, and we have a very loaded board here. So ideally, the play is probably to... No, I think we just... sometimes in this situation, you could leave Goku Black at 5 life, force him to have a self-awaken, and you've easily got a combo out of the crit with the sorbet. So you can just, you know, put his resources, like, I've gotten my word mixed up. But basically, it would just be a way to, like, he would not get anything for swinging, and you can combo out for free. And then he's got to go and dig and find his reason. Like, he's got to have another self-awaken. As we saw, he had Trunks, and he opted not to take a life from it. We will restand our 2 Frieza's army, just so that way we should be safe. And be able to go into another Raccoon next turn. We do get a 10k out there. He can go, he can get a good bit of pressure on with the 4-drop Goku Black, that bottom deck stuff. But outside of that, he can't go into a Goku Black this turn. He can obviously the following turn, but we really want to be pushing the advantage next turn to just about... we can't win next turn, but we can definitely get in a winning position next turn. Okay, so he's going to get rid of the sorbet. And then I would assume that he uses his leader ability to go into the 4-drop Goku Black that will bottom deck. So he does get like a good bit of control back. The more I think about it, the more I realize that Vegeta probably isn't that great in this matchup because everything gets bottom decked. Because it can't be KO'd by skills. Yeah, it can't be KO'd by skills. Yeah, so this is the Goku Black that I was referring to. He is obviously going to be a little bit of a menace for us because we can't remove the 30k bodies, and we haven't obviously seen a Goku. The one thing that he did do there that he probably didn't pay much attention to is he didn't try to kill my Frieza's army card. So we do get the Goku. We can lock down his Goku Black, which probably is the safer play. Probably is actually the best play. I was going to go Ginyu to Zarbon to Sorbet. Obviously, we haven't seen a double striker yet, which probably would be very helpful at some stage. So I feel like the best play here is to play the Ginyu and play the Goku, but not swing at them, to not give him targets. And then we just sort of push. We just let him push us, and then we just attempt to kill him on the crackback. So at the moment we're staring down a lot of swings there. You guys might not think this is the right call. This might be the wrong play. But we know we can't die here. We can really juice the hand up. Obviously, maybe if we see another Ginyu If we saw another Ginyu, if we see another Ginyu and double striker, then we're in a very, very good spot. So I think just force him to swing into us. Just in case, yeah, I think we keep that Sorbet. So what do we see? Like the play for him is to probably go into the big 6 drop. I believe he have, what has he got in here? So he has got the Zamasu to play back. So we'll get a little bit of value back in his hand. Okay, so he doesn't take back the Zamasu, which is interesting. So maybe he has another one in hand to play? Or is he playing out another 4-cost Goku Black, potentially? He's playing out a Gotenks, okay. He has a Trunks and a Goten, yeah. We'll take this and then we will be able to combo out. Okay, opting not to swing the Gotenks there. Maybe he has me thinking that he does just have the double strike in hand. Obviously the Trunks that he just pulled back. So we see another Zarbon. It would have been nice to have seen another 4-cost Goku, so we could have rested and gone into the way we did. So my opponent does go down to 1. Kind of at the point of do we have it? I think it probably would be a little bit silly to push. We will. Alright, let's decide that we go for game here. We gotta push. We'll hit the 40, so it's a super +1. Going for game here probably isn't the play because I don't have a lot of combo. Okay, so we didn't have that. Alright. I guess he's probably trying to be very efficient. So from here we do we hit some combo here? Oh, the absolute scenes. If we had have ripped that off the first Zarbon, we would have had an extra swing, which is a massive shame. But here we just got to go all in and just hope. exactly. So did we? I think we just get there. And we do. We just get there. So there you have it. Like, I guess a little misplay. Like, if I had decided that I was going to go for game, I should have ripped off the first Zarbon, which literally would have made things so much easier for us. But nonetheless, we still got the win, and we'll see what happens in the next game. Alright, we're back for our final game. Another Android 17. So we obviously seen earlier in the video that we did play against an Android 17. We're playing against one again. And we are going first. I think we are probably... No, I think we gamble and look for the Ginyu Raccoon. That didn't exactly work for us. But again, we get to go first. We've got to go first on every game so far. I think we are just a... I think we just play a Bulma, see where my opponent's at. If he plays out a body, we can just rest the body and take a life. Okay, so he's running. Okay, so he had a Kami. Fair call. Obviously, you do put yourself out there. Doesn't swing, interesting enough. So we will charge Goku. And then we'll play out a Nezzy. I wonder if he just forgot to swing or there was actually reasoning behind it. So another bomber. Charging another earth-destroying blow into destructive strength. Ramps up Broly. No swing again. Very interesting. I feel like here we have to Frieza, Sorbet, and pass. See if my opponent has another Kami. Very interesting how this game has played out. It's definitely caught me by surprise him not swinging. Another destructive strength. Taking the double strike, so we will want to get the Vegeta. Definitely want to get the Vegeta out, as there is a. I think we charge an Ezzy. Play out a Vegeta. Take a life. Play out of Bulma. Swing. Rest the Bulma. Out of life. Draw a card. And I forgot to play out Ginyu. Well. Good job, Hazy. I literally just realized I was meant to play out the Ginyu. This is actually very similar to what happened to me at my regional, where I was thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead. Out of life, we'll rest this. As that was it was not a massive misplay, but that's an extra swing that we've just passed up. Well, live and you learn. So we get a 10k out there. opponent was... I don't know if he meant to combo this. Maybe he thought I wasn't going to push him. Okay, so there's a Raccoon for next turn. But even with that misplay, we still have a very big board, and we'll resend the Bulma. If the Bulma dies, the Bulma dies, but we know he's got a double strike, we know everything else is safe. Yeah. Give that a... We'll let that die, because we're not too phased about it. As long as he doesn't... Oh no, if he swings into our sorbet, it's okay. It's okay, because we can go... we can't go into another Vegeta, so our stuff isn't protected next turn. Well, that's okay. We can go into a Ginyu Raccoon. Have to be safe and go into the Goku to lock down. Or can we? No, I don't think it really matters too much. Start prodding. We do go down to 3 there. So we'll just poke him with the 20s and then we'll make this a 30k swing. Okay, my opponent may be feeling a little bit confident. He does opt to combo out there. We get a 10k ramp, so very interesting to see what sort of comes with next turn. We will swing. And we'll combo to 30. Just to make it a bit of an awkward number. Yep, so we get a super combo out there. Pass up. Well, it doesn't really matter. We'll resend Nezzy and the Goku. Maybe restanding the 2 Ginyus was a bit more of a safer option, because then we're free to go into another Ginyu next turn. We did have another double shot. But I think from here we are in a very comfortable position. I haven't seen any lists of droids running. I haven't seen any lists of droids running instant Kamehamehas. We know he's used a super combo, so at most he's at 90,000 is the most he can get to. And oh, I wasn't meant to swing at that. Definitely wasn't meant to swing that. I do have that problem sometimes, but that's okay, because what are we? 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. Yeah, so there's physically no way he can win. And then another little misplay there. I could have played down a sorbet to draw an extra card. As 110, it's way too big. Even if he has 3 super combos, we do get the win. And there you have it, guys. Unlike my last video that I did of this, where we ran really bad, we ran really good with Frieza in this. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Please do let me know in the comments what other decks you would like to see. I hope you guys have been going good at your regionals. Good luck if you haven't been to one yet and you are going to one soon. And also, we are 1 sub away from 150 subs. It would be so good to get there. I would really appreciate if you guys could smash that like and subscribe button. We'll see you on another video soon.